Dressed in women's silk pajamas is 19-year-old Ted Burr. He sits up in bed intently reading King's Row, a novel by Henry Belleman. You're working late. I have a meeting with Abrams in the morning. Then why not turn in early? He'll want to know how the King's Row sequel is progressing. I should expect so.
There she is, what'd I tell you?
Aware of their presence, Ted slowly tilts his head and elongates his neck to appear more feminine as he's typing.
Wow, she's a looker.
Henry, look over there. She's really beautiful, isn't she? Yes, but she only teases and seduces. Ultimately, she cannot truly satisfy a man. Taxi! Betty, I think you can vouch for everything I'm saying. You know the cruelties of men. You've had more than your share of heartache. True, but I've also had more than my share of fun. Warner Brothers called again this week. They're getting anxious about the sequel. King's Row's box office is booming. Word is going around at the shops that a man is wanting to ask you out on a date. Ted gulps. But I don't hang around at the shops. I don't give anyone that sort of impression. I don't even know who this person is. Shh. Keep it down. You don't want people to hear your business. Well, you continue to have an irregular heartbeat. That's not good. I'm sorry, Ted. You brought this upon yourself. But, Major, sir, I can't help it. I do my work. I mind my own business. You can help it. My advice to you is either be a woman or be a man, but for God's sakes, pick one. I've got a news flash for you, Henry. Hitler also frolics with men. Oh, come now, how do you know? I have my sources. King's Row, starring Ann Sheridan, Claude Rains, Robert Cummings, and Ronald Reagan. Ted's imagined reality. Say, kid, you must be the prettiest girl in the whole wide world. May I walk you home, miss? Why, yes, Drake. Thank you kindly. Drake offers his arm, and Ted puts his arm in Drake's, and they begin to stroll down the sidewalk, talking and laughing. He glances at the naked men walking to and from the showers. He catches sight of a younger man, handsome, with a good physique. Before you were born, I prayed and prayed that I would have a girl. I wanted a daughter so much. The doctor thought I should get more exercise. We all should get more exercise. Unfortunately, we have too much work to do. Kitty, is your concern for me or for you? Oh my goodness. Ted puts his finger in the chocolate sauce. Now this is the one thing about this town I missed. I am absolutely shocked how Madame French carries on with the gardener so brazenly out in the tool shed while her husband is lying on his deathbed. Henry, failure is not something with which we want to become acquainted now, is it? Yes, I will marry you. She can't marry you. She's not a nurse.
So, Ted, tell me, if you're selected for military service, will you be leaving anybody behind? Say, a girlfriend.
When she opens her eyes, she sees the young Jamie Wakefield looking at her. He's pretty, that boy. Too pretty for a boy. You know that book I was reading, King's Row? Yeah. I wrote this letter to the author to ask him for help. Why? What's he going to do for you? I'm hoping that he can help me understand who I am. Dear Mr. Bellaman, hardly do I know what I am about to write, or that I should write you. Perhaps I feel some inner force compelling me to do this. Any consequence must be an adventure of the future. Can I help you? Yes, I'd like to make an appointment to have my portrait taken. So what do you think? How would you like me to respond? To its form or content? To its meaning? You received this letter from New York City. I think it's the author you wrote to. H. Bellaman, Ansonia Hotel, New York City. It's from him. Oh, my heart's pounding. I was much touched by your letter. Jamie is one of my favorite people because he is one of the most misunderstood. By all means, write to me. But if you are going to tell me your story, tell me the whole story without reservations, just plain so.